Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an early stream of Jack and Daxter. So I feel like I already kind of said something here. Yes, She-Corp. That's also one of the dumbest jokes I've ever heard you say, and I love it. I just want to jump into this really quick. I have no history with this. As I've said before, I didn't really get in at the ground floor of the PlayStation. So I kind of missed out on a lot of games. That goes for the PS1 and the PS2. So, as a direct consequence, I've never played this game. I have watched a speedrun of it once. So that counts for some, right? How's our battery? How are we doing on battery here? How do we check our battery? Battery. Where do you check your battery? There we go. Devices. Battery. Battery? Oh, there it is. That's decent enough. Okay. Oh god, I have to flip my controls because we're on a PlayStation now. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Jaylee. Whoop, that... So for reasons that will never stop aggravating me, the PlayStation and Nintendo, all PlayStations and all Nintendos are swapped for what is select and what is cancel. What? Why? I mean, I get they wanted to be different, but standardization has some niceties, you know. The what, Valvedrix? And what's the difference? So where's the HD remaster? Because I don't see it here. Like, I got the trilogy, and this was how I bought it, and this was what was available to me. If the HD remaster is PS3 only, then no, we're not doing that. I'm not buying this game for a second time for that, especially since I don't have the game and I don't have it set up. Got it, PS3 only. Okay, so continuing with the PS4 version of Jack and Daxter. God, I'm like, oh, what did I miss? What did I miss? I mean, it's easy, Gum Gum. All you have to do is be at a point in your life when you have very little money. So you kind of have to be really cautious with what you spend your money on, so you don't buy a brand new console that doesn't really have a lot of games that you're interested in. Okay. What's the start button? Oh my god. Why is the touchpad the start button?
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the Precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness Eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy, oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of Green Eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
That's why we're here. To turn you into a marsupial, or whatever you are. Oh hey, it's the evil ones.
Continue your search for artifacts in Nico. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly.
Why aren't we talking?
Yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble!
Oh, he's dead. Or a marsupial.
Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay. I'm fine.
Okay.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go, Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it, if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer? You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Yeah, that's Anna Garduno, who apparently is in Rugrats, but otherwise I've never seen anything she's in, so... Okay, what? That was a trip. Hang on. So... let's see what we got here. Let's turn those off. Sure. Right. You gotta remind me to save, by the way. Yeah. Because it's a PS2 game which does not have any form of autosaves. What? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Apparently it has autosaves.
The communicator. With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest.
'17th, Pika. 17th. Okay. This camera control's alright. A little wobbly. Those are eggs. Oh yeah, this is a collectathon, isn't it?
Things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
So yeah, collectathons. You guys and your collectathons. Whoops.
A power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Grav zoomer.
Okay, it does save. Interesting. Yep, yes, okay. God dang it, I turned around. Sorry, I was really distracted by the pop-in on the textures. Like, watch the grass.
Sometimes you'll want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
Hey, you found one of my scout flies. I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all. Wow!
So...
Scoutfly had a power cell. I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
So, you remember how we were going through Crash Bandicoot? Not Crash Bandicoot.
Blue Eco, which contains the energy of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
So remember how we were going through Banjo and you had to collect like 90% in order to progress? So... how much do we need in this one?
Notice how each blue eco cluster you pick up increases the time you can use its power.
I am utterly ignorant on that, so I have no idea. What green stuff is, but we're gonna get all of it. We're gonna get everything. All right. No, no. Aw, I was hoping to get electrocuted. Hey, Lyrian. Good morning, Seraphim Altanio. That's right. There we go. That's cool.
This is a precursor door. It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling blue eco through your body.
So just shove the cat out of the way, Savicon. Like, shoosh. 72 power cells. Well,
That's a blue eco vent. More concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of blue eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
see you around, Toothor.
Good work! The blue eco caused the door to open. With blue eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts that have lain dormant for years. Those little green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos or one big green one to increase your health.
Let's find out, Gemini. Nope. Although now I'm not sure how to get out. Well. Hey, Kensington. Yeah, it's an early PS2 game and you can go in the water. Grand Theft Auto. Look at you. I'm still trying to figure out what I think of the platforming, which is interesting. Like, your vertical jump isn't all that bad, but your horizontal distance is really low. course, Pika. Once we get there. Oh gosh. So let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If we're not counting.
You can jump once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
Didn't know how to double jump. Unless we're counting the expansions, which I'm not. So. I know about this trick to extend your jump, but again, that's only because I've watched a speedrun of this game. So, there we go. I guess I'm done here? Yeah, I've got 7, 4, and 50. How do I...
Right. You found all of the power cells on the island. Come back to the warp gate so I can bring you back to the lab. Hurry up!
When it's World of Warcraft, Luco. Oh, sure. Gee. I guess we'll go to the Green Sage's place.
Good training, boys. But that's nothing compared to the challenges.
Thank you very, very much, Venters. Very much appreciate, even though you're not there. And as always, welcome to the 2-Year Club, even though you can't hear me.
That lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack?
We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away, then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here! Some brave adventurers you two are. Back already and without clearing my blocked eco-harvesters. They're on the far side of the beach, boys. Now, get moving!
Wood. There we go.
Hey!
God dang it. I was gonna say, this feels like the wrong answer, but whatever, I'll just follow the lanterns. Like he said. Yeah, unskippable cutscenes is probably gonna be a negative, given how many of them there are. Ah, there we go. Oh, God. Hi. Hi.
Did you see the size of the bite that lurker shark took out of the fisherman's boat? We best stay way clear of them. I don't think we can tackle a creature that dag nasty.
Translation, don't swim too far out. Probably, Pika, but I have no idea. Like, I haven't played the game, so I wouldn't know.
Well, hello there, my dear boy.
You've caught me at a most inopportune moment. I was to set off on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old Precursor orbs. I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them, but I gather that your young friend, you know, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun. Anyway, would you be kind enough to loan your dear old uncle 90 Precursor orbs so he can get underway? I would offer you a power cell in return.
So he wants 90 orbs. Got it. Hello, Lazarus Reviews. What's up? You know, let's not talk to people. Talking to people sucks. Nobody likes people. No, this definitely feels like a Saturday morning cartoon. I would agree with that. Not in a bad way.
Hey! It looks like scout flies are always in red boxes.
Opposed to what?
Hey! That pelican just snagged a power cell! Let's go kick some big bird butt! Those all-metal boxes are thicker than a yak-owl skull! But there must be something that can bust them open!
Congrats, Growth Trinius. Well, we've been streaming for about 26 minutes on this one, so not too much. We'll see if I get used to the controls later. They are really fluid, but not like in a good way. Loose, like you see, I just kind of can't seem to walk in a straight line. It's not really negative yet. We'll see if when we get to, you know, actually difficult platforming. Like the ice area. That should be fun.
All right! Treasure!
I screwed it up. I screwed it up.
More orbs!
Is anyone else having issue with the game audio? I can turn it down more, but it's at the usual. Oh, I'm dead.
I'm like, stretcher! Look.
I can turn it down a few more decibels. Sure. Let me know how that sounds. Some of the 2 down. Well, like I said, Cord, I only heard of it from a speedrun that I watched, so. Oh yeah, actually, it just occurred to me, I think I actually have sound options. Which are... So we'll just turn those down a bit. So let me know how that sounds. No. Oh, for God's sakes. Because that sounds exactly the same to me. Holy crap. What in the world? Did that not take? Oh, no, I guess it did. Let's turn the music down a little bit. I was gonna say, how many modern console games have we played which still don't understand this concept of options? Here, let me turn it back up to the normal decibel range. There we go. Well, I can't wait to suck at this game and then dislike it and have 50 people hate me as a result of this, so this should be awesome. I wonder how many of those there are. Because we need, what, like 60 orbs?
I see that you two have finally decided to unblock my collectors. I would offer my congratulations, but you have so much to do, I won't waste your time. By the way, if things don't work out, Daxter could always get a job controlling the village rat problem.
Got it. Next quest, rats. Understood. I knew it, U.S. Kensington! Nah, I make it a policy to try not to judge a game by its first 10 minutes, unless it's really good or really bad. You know, I have to admit, this is going to sound like a strange statement, but I wonder why collectathons took off the way they did. Not that I have anything against them, it's just I'm curious why they exploded after, you know, Spyro and Banjo.
Seagulls! Let's buzz them for kicks. We scrounged enough orbs to trade for a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already.
I wish we had subtitles, but...
Wow! They caused an avalanche! Let's check it out.
But so far, I'm not really minding the audio, the voice acting, basically. I know the sequels changed tone from, you know, Saturday morning cartoon. I don't know what they changed it to, but if I were to guess, gritty, dark Death Doom would be my guess.
Punch those poles out from
Based
the
on nothing other than the time at which it came out, aka the PS3 era, aka the Brown era. The gritty, dark Death Doom era, where everything is dark and horrible, and life is evil and death. Wait till we get to GTA 4, you want to talk about depressing games. That game is a well-written, depressing game. That's even worse.
Auga! Auga! Dive for those orbs, Jack! Dive!
Oh, okay.
What a weird-looking thing! I'll bet we can get this open if you power up with that zappy blue eco stuff.
I don't know if I want to picture that, Linkensky. I don't mind serious Mario stories. You know, I enjoy the Mario RPGs, but...
Yeah, so we got a Precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff. So it ain't gonna help us!
But yeah. They've never gone into gritty, dark Death Doom. I mean, Dark Mario is usually like Dark Zelda. It's dark, but it's not, you know... And then horrible Death Doom, dark Death Doom. And then children die, and then they have to turn to prostitution after they die. You know, it's not that. It's just dark. What's their favorite type of music, Shikor? Is it Lazarus Reviews? I knew it! You're the reason Jack and Daxter is the way it is. For shame, sir. Well, I'm afraid we're gonna have to kill Lazarus Reviews. First of all, thank you very much for the sub, sir. Very much appreciated, as always. But because you didn't actually tell us where you want to go where you want that to go towards, I swear I can talk. I don't think the orbs respawn. I think I just died earlier, and that's why, you know. Well, I don't know what the jungle area is, or anything whatsoever, but we'll try that in a minute. This will give us a save, at least. So where would you like to put that, Lazarus Reviews? Let me just pause and jot that down. I mean, if you want to be killed with donuts, that's your business. You know, we here at the Lore Runners, we're pretty tolerant. We like tolerating people. By killing them with donuts. All shall be killed equally with donuts. Yeah, let's just not talk about that one, Gum Gum. I mean, I have an answer for you, because that's something that needs to be addressed in a society, but we don't need to talk about prostitution on this show. Die, egg. You don't belong in this.
Good job. Now meet me down here by the egg.
Okay. Who are you?
Oh, my. I hope the poor dear's okay. Here's a power cell for your valor.
Please don't eat the cell. Please don't eat the cell.
Oh, no! No, 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 no!
Look, isn't that cute? It thinks you're its mama.
Ah! I'm not your mom! You see any feathers here?
Oh, love at first sight. Oh. Listen, boys. I'll take this little chick back to the village with me and work with the sage to take care of her.
Well, okay. No, I agree, Pika. The Zelda games are plenty dark, but they're not gritty. And they're certainly not darkier and edgier. There is a difference. Most of the stories I write are dark, but none of mine cross the line for me, as you might imagine. Okay, so we can't get to him yet, we can't get to that yet, and someone's shooting cannonballs at us. Nope, don't listen to Cody. He's insane. Clinically insane. He decided one day to appoint his horse as Supreme Chancellor. So, that's the level of insane that Cody is at. One or two, Bragwin. Did the horse do... Okay, for those of you not aware, that's an actual thing you can do in Crusader Kings 2. It actually requires a specific setup, because you're not really supposed to be able to do it. But if you have a specific trait, which is insane, and you decide to go ahead and set it up in the right way, you can actually appoint your horse to be your chancellor or your successor. And if you then arrange for your own death, you can then play as a horse. I'm not making it up. You can look it up. So, VTMB1, you got it. As a reminder, once VTMB1 is locked in, we will not be playing it until VTMB2 comes out. Just a small reminder that we've kind of decided to go ahead and start doing that policy of pairing up relevant streams. I'm just going to be mentioning that off and on now and again to make sure people are aware of it, because that's a pretty new policy. We basically just decided that last week. Now that I didn't know about, Sierra Mike. I didn't know you could push that envelope. Where the hell? Where's the guy I gave, or I told I would give the thing? I thought it was his first thing. I haven't decided yet, Savicom, since Suikoden 2 and Suikoden 5, while they are connected, aren't really directly connected. And they're the only Suikodens in the block right now. 5 and 1 might fit better together.
I see you two are back to make the trade. Good, jolly good. Hey, you have the precursor orbs that we agreed on? I hope you put this hard-earned power cell to good use. Cheerio, ta-ta, bye-bye.
I'm sorry, my voice is terrible, Lazarus. I hate my voice. I hate the sound of it. If I could never hear it again, that would be awesome. That's hysterical, Lord Aramon. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing the PC version of Horizon Zero Dawn. Whoa! Okay. So, wait, this game isn't on sale? Damn, did we finally break our trend? For those of you not aware, every game we've played through since, I think, February has been on sale. Every single... I'm not actually making that up. Yeah, someone find this game on sale. Quick. Quick. I'm not joking. And it's completely been unintentional. Including the game we were just playing. Starlink went on sale yesterday. I do have to admit the guidance in this game is pretty decent so far. But again, we're still in the first world. I don't want to judge it too early. You know, I'm curious. I can't pull up the store and not close the game, can I? Oh, well. I was going to go check the PlayStation store. See if this is on sale there. Because that really would amuse me tremendously.
Hey! Little furry dude! Oh, I thought for a moment you were my muse.
Your what?
Haven't you ever seen a muse before? It's a little glowing squirrel about your size, full of spunk, and crazy as a lark.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around, I see beauty in everything, you know? Right now, I couldn't chisel my way out of a box. I think she ran away to that misty island. Oh, I just hope she's all right. It's worth a power cell if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute. We are not going back to Misty Island. Are we?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you do that archetype properly. Starlink. Hello. There we go. Yeah, squirrel is a natural hallucinogenic. Just eat squirrels and you'll hallucinate. Don't do that. Don't do that. We here at the Lore Walkers do not condone eating squirrels. Although they should all die, but that's unrelated.
No, don't tell me that you two have problems as well. First I hear of monster sightings near the village, and now this. See those gears up there, boys? See them? See how they're not moving? That means our village has no power. The eco beam coming from the jungle temple has been interrupted. And boys, everyone's too frightened to go out and find out what's happened.
Did you pay the bill?
Yeah. Oh, you're funny. Now look, if you two fix the eco beam, I'll give you a power cell. Oh, and another thing, if by any chance you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell. The minimum contribution is a very modest 90 precursor orbs.
I think I like bolts better, but it makes sense that precursor orbs would be currency, so I'm with it. No, Gum Gum. Not unless you are under very specific circumstances or drink it in a certain way. Either way, do not do that. That will destroy your liver. Your body will hate you for that.
Maybe we should go root out the fisherman. I heard he was in the jungle fishing by the lower river.
So... I did actually hear it, Superman, but I just kind of gave up. Oh, it's right friggin' there. God dang it. No, I know that's the episode you're talking about. Then again, South Park also posits that you can get high off of cat piss, so I don't recommend doing that either. Kids, if you want to get high, ask your parents for some method by which to try it. Don't go and try stupid things that are going to be damaging and or illegal. Hi, Leander. I'm not actually joking. My mom flat out told me, if you want to try, marijuana or smoking or alcohol or whatever, do it at home, do it safe, and tell me so I can be here to make sure you're okay. And you know what? I stand by that policy. That's a good policy in my opinion. If you're going to experiment, do it supervised. That's speaking as someone who does not like drinking, smoking, or doing drugs, consequently. Yeah, I know, but I don't have 90 yet, Loke. Oh yeah, Lore Mum's amazing. Here we go, jungle. This is what I was trying to do. Yeah, a safety net when you're first trying anything out is generally a good thing to have. Not always, not for every person, but... I mean, when you go driving for the very first time ever behind a wheel, do you immediately get on the highway during rush hour? In fact, I don't know about other countries, but here in the States, when you take driver's ed, the other person, like the person in the parking thing, he has a second wheel, which is also connected to the brake. So he has a backup brake, just in case you don't brake in time. And I say he, mine was a guy, but he or she is there to help you learn with a safety net. Because duh. Yeah, first time I ever got behind a plane, I was like, alright, time to fly to the moon! Oh, jeez.
We should ask the fisherman down by the jungle river if we can borrow his speedboat to zoom on over to Misty Island.
Why would we go to Misty Island? We have to do the jungle first, man. Come on, pay attention, pay attention. Yeah, no, my driver's instructor was actually a pretty cool guy. He and I were pseudo-friends for a while there. Because it was a long course, like a 6-month course, so... we saw a lot of each other. I was one of the only people who actually stuck with it. I'd like to say I got a perfect score, but that is not true.
Do me a favor and keep away from those dark eco boxes.
I don't see why not, Pika. Anything that is not on the forbidden list is allowed. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't a perfect score. Although I'm actually trying to remember the circumstances of where I screwed up. Oh, I remember what it was. It was something really stupid. That's why I couldn't. Yeah. Anyone want to guess what I screwed up? Yeah. Well. Parallel parking? Nope. Managed that first try. Had to do it in downtown too, and that was in Topeka. And you're probably thinking, well, what's the significance of that? Well, Topeka's a capital of that state, the capital of the state of Kansas.
Hey, there's little lightning marks on those posts, and there's lightning coming out of that vent over there. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
If you're still not getting the point, have you ever tried to park in any heavy government area? Because it's true, like, everywhere. Everywhere that has government parking, it's all terrible.
We need to get to the top of that tower.
So yeah, that's where I practiced parallel parking, was downtown Topeka. That was fun. But I managed it. No, the thing I messed up was something, I can't even tell you specifically what it was, because I still don't remember what it was. It was a sign. There was a specific sign, I didn't know what it meant. So I failed one question on the written portion of the test. That's it. I have never encountered whatever that sign was since. I could probably remember it if I saw it, but I haven't seen it since then. I will always remember. It's like one of the long diagonal ones, the horizontal diagonal ones, and there's a symbol on it. I don't remember which one. Sure. The don't be evil sign. Well, I've never seen that one. So that explains it. Railroad crossing? Nope. Also doesn't look like that. Weight limit, maybe? Explain why I've never encountered it. $1,000? Jeez. You know how much my license cost? I guess the answer is technically nothing, but I did have to pay for the lessons, so... The lesson cost, which was like $100. Granted, I got my license a long time ago at this point. I have no idea, Gum. Jeez Louise. Like, I'm fine with being more strict about driving's license because, in my completely blunt opinion, too many people don't know how to drive properly. But, that doesn't mean charging more money. That's just... It's an artificial barrier to entry is all that is. You can tell it's a chill game when we're talking about driver's license and driving while we're playing it. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but we weren't talking about anything while we were playing Starlink. Alright, now we gotta talk about Owen Wilson. I don't even know who that is, but we're totally talking about them. So Owen Wilson is a person, a human being, I might even dare to say. And they are so human that when they die, they stay killed. That's how human they are. It's ridiculous. Oh, you're talking about that incident. It was a little more complicated than that, Vomitrix. When the staff tell you, go ahead and stop joking about this one thing, it's not cool to tell people to tweet out to this specific thing, live on camera to 100,000 people. You should probably actually listen to them. That's why they got banned.
Blue eco-vents have been activated all over the world. I knew there was a way to turn them on. There must be places to turn on the other eco-vents as well.
Yeah, Air Canada. That was it. That was the one. I sure hope not, Superman Prime. Don't think we could deal with that. No, Alex Korbaniki, this is completely new to me. I'm dead. And we're dead. Why I'm having issues with it? Oh, I know why I'm having issues with this jump. Never mind, that makes sense. I know exactly why I'm having issues with this jump. My run speed is increased while I got this thing on. Hello. I don't have an attack, really. I mean, I guess I kind of do. Okay. I accept your offer of hitting you, sir. And we're dead. Well, that's gruesome. Oh, wow, it saved that we had that. God, that reminds me. You remember those Choose Your Own Adventure Nintendo novels? I've actually read a few on camera before. Dang it. I didn't see the attack coming. Anyways, they're really good. Well, some of them are really good. However, they're really horrible. Like, some of them have bothered me to this very day with the stuff that happens. If you fail, if you die. Oh, we're dead.
I'll say something really teary at the funeral. Like, how am I gonna get change back now?
So, the example that most obviously comes to mind is during one of the possible paths, you get eaten alive by piranha plants. I wouldn't bet on it, Pika. Probably Savacom. If you mean the fake Luigi, yeah. Still trying to get a feel for my attack radius. Oh, the general... oh, so I actually did used to read a lot of the Choose Your Own Adventures. And yeah, a lot of those had really gruesome deaths, too. Like, really, it was just kind of disturbing. Suddenly, the terrorist notices you and laughs maniacally as the gun slowly points towards your face. The last thing you realize before you leave this earth is just how much you've failed your friends, and now they will die alone and unloved in the northern woods. bang, and that like that's the end of the choice, and it's like, god dang, really? Okay, that's cool. We're cool. We're horrible. Yeah, a lot of them were pretty awful. That's one. I'm not actually making that one up. That's one I remember. I couldn't tell you much else about it, but I remember that ending. I used to read the hell out of Choose Your Own Adventure. I've always been into interactive media. Ever since I was young. It's one of the reasons I took to video games at such an incredibly young age. Pretty high, honestly, Paranoid. I'm not sure how high. Be a judgment call, but decently high. Probably at least at the Star Fox levels, I'd say. So, let's see. We got this. We got this. And we'll fall down. That's what I was secretly hoping to do. I was trying to fall down here so I could get this. Worth it. Do I ever upgrade my health? I'm just curious. Do I ever upgrade anything? Actually, let's redirect this question a little. I mean, that's fair. Mario never upgrades in Mario 64. Or in... Oh, no, he does in Sunshine. Like, twice. I like how every mob gives you 6% of a health up, by the way. Like, I'm curious how they workshopped that and decided upon that. Wow, double jump just does not want to work sometimes. Not sure why. So was I the only person?
And break the mirror, diverting the Precursor beam.
Was I the only person who, when I play Choose Your Own Adventures games, I get really good at having like 3 or 4 fingers at a time stuck in separate pages to keep track of choices I'd made? Like, okay, this goes here. That's another choice. I'm not sure I want to go with this one, so let's...
We need to charge you up with that blue stuff to get this open.
Well, I think we can say one thing about this game. This is better than Banjo-Kazooie in every way. Which just proves that PlayStation's better, honestly.
Those tower doohickeys scattered all over the jungle must redirect the eco beam. Let's go fiddle with them.
Yep, gotta increase our clickbait ratio. I mean, that is a very real possibility, Pico. I can't even give you any advice on that one. That's a judgment call. Who knows? Well, that all seemed to do nothing. At least nothing for the moment. I'm being facetious anyways. Banjo-Kazooie was actually just, you know, fine. Right up until I got to some of the later levels. Which, honestly, I could say that about a lot of games. So, what do you have access to, Lazarus, console-wise? Because that informs that question. Yeah, I doubt it'd affect their stock, Alex. That's the only thing that really changes those kind of choices. And yes, I saw it. I'm trying to go for the harder thing first. Make it, am I? No. Ow. Excuse me. Oh, you're dead. Yay. So, basically, I recommend you either start with Link to the Past or Link Between Worlds, or Ocarina of Time, the 3DS version. Basically, get a feel for...
Line up the beam by pointing it at the next tower.
Get a feel for both the 2D and 3D style of gameplay of the Zelda series. So, if you like, Link to the Past, then you're probably into this 2D games, you should play those. If you like Ocarina, you're into the 3D gameplay, and you should play those. Make sense? There is. For the most part, don't think of the timeline as one overall aggregate thing. Most of the Zelda games connect to each other, but only in what I think of as blocks. And I could give you every list of blocks. In fact, when we get to streaming the rest of the series, we'll be doing them by block, not by timeline order. But don't worry about that as a first-time player. LTTP and Ocarina are good starter games. The end. I can see the enemy that killed me there. And since you brought up the question, Ocarina connects to Majora's, and Ocarina connects to Wind Waker, connects to Phantom, connects to Spirit Tracks, and Ocarina connects to Twilight. Those are the majority of the major connections right there. There are other connections, but those are the ones that really matter.
Let's go to the next tower and reconnect the beam there.
So, Majora's Mask occurs immediately after Ocarina of Time. However, it doesn't really have anything to do with Ocarina of Time. It's what I refer to as an indirect sequel. Now, as a consequence of Ocarina of Time, spoiler, 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 and two separate timelines were created. As a consequence of that, one of them leads to Wind Waker, which leads to Phantom, which leads to Spirit. The other one leads to Twilight, which to date is the end of that particular story arc. Now, there are some other games that connect. So, LTTP connects to one... No, hang on. Let me make sure I get this in the right order. LTTP connects to the Oracle's games, connects to Awakening, connects to Link Between Worlds, connects to 1, connects to 2. That's all one block. In fact, in 4 of those games, you're playing the same character. Yeah, Four Swords is actually related to Minish Cap. So that's that block. Minish Cap is connected to Four Swords. That's it. That's the connection. Skyward Sword is all on its own. And so is Breath of the Wild. Let's go over there. Let's see what's over there. No, Link Between Worlds is a different Link. So, no, it is 4 games. Yeah, Link Between Worlds is technically by itself, even though it follows from the events of the LTTP quadrology. It's actually not that hard to track which Link is which where. It's just, yeah, the games don't really do a good job of telling you that on their own. The Ocarina Link and the Majora's Mask Link are the same Link. Twilight Princess is by himself. Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass are the same Link. Spirit Tracks is his own Link. Skyward is a separate Link. Minish is a separate Link. Link Between Worlds is a separate Link. Breath of the Wild is a separate Link. And then, as I just mentioned, the 4 games in the LTTP block are all the same Link. Yes and no, Gum Gum. Because, for reasons I've never actually understood, fine, I'm just going to drop. Apparently there's things down here. So, like it or not, for reasons I have yet to figure out, there's inconsistent information in the publication. So there's the Hyrule Historia, which, to be blunt, I consider to be more canonical, because it makes more sense if you actually look at it. And it was the one that they wrote when they were still trying to codify everything before they gave up on that. And then there's the Hyrule Encyclopedia, which contradicts the Historia. Don't listen to the Encyclopedia, is what I'm trying to say. The Encyclopedia is pulling the Chewbacca defense. I have no idea, Lazarus. Legit. I do know that there has been some pushback against the idea of connecting the Zelda games together at some of the developers at Zelda. I don't know why. It's one of the reasons why Breath of the Wild has nothing to do with anything. Even though it also does.
What do you have in the basket?
Nothing to talk about. Them monsters patrolling the ocean took a bite out of me fishing rig. And now they're gobbling up me catch. No matter what I try, I can't seem to catch a single fish in this river.
Woo! Maybe it's your breath.
You think you can do better? Try scooping up river fish with a tiny net. I'll give you a power cell if you can catch 200 pounds of them critters. And then I'll let you and Shrimp here use my speedboat to get to Misty Island. You want to try the challenge? There are 2 types of good fish to catch. 1-pound fishies and 5-pound fishies. If you miss 20 pounds of good fish, then I'm gonna take me net back from you. There are poisonous eels in this river. Catch even one of them boogers, and you'll poison the whole darn catch.
I just wish they had, designed them to be connected to begin with, Darth Tyrant. Which, in fairness, they did do several times, so... Oh my god, that is weird sensitivity. As far as... Oh my god! Series of games that are well connected. I actually, strangely enough, can't think of any off the top of my head. I guess Kingdom Hearts? There you go, Kingdom Hearts. Because those are all part of the same series. Whole thing. Even the mobile game. Ah! So how many do I have to get here?
Here comes a big one!
Yeah, this net is really weird to control. 200? Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Left!
Well, kind of have to do everything, so... Like, almost everything. At least try a few times here.
Here comes a big one. To the left. Steady, boy.
God! Just over halfway. Let's see. Series of games that are well connected together.
Here comes a big one.
Help me out, guys. I'm actually failing at coming up with some. I can think of plenty that should be and aren't. That doesn't really count, though, does it?
Steady, boy. Here comes a big one.
No, the Chewbacca defense is when you say nonsense and you try to confuse the person because what you're saying is nonsense. That's the Chewbacca defense. Ah! Yeah, I guess the Resident Evils are pretty well connected. I'll give you that. I would not agree with the Elder Scrolls games.
Steady, boy.
Actually, I got one for you. The Mario and Luigi series. Mario and Luigi 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all pretty well connected. And 1, 2, and 3 have a definitive arc, actually arcs, going between them.
Here comes a big one. Steady, boy.
Are you seriously asking if there's a story to the Mario RPGs? Seriously?
To the left. Hold steady. You're almost there.
Yeah, the Mario and Luigi series is a series of RPGs. Started out on the GBA, then switched to the DS, then the 3DS.
Here comes a big one.
They're also really good, in my opinion. They do some things wrong, but they are very good games for the most part.
You did it!
Oh.
200 pounds of fish. Not bad for a couple of landlubbers. Here's the power cell I promised. And you can use my boat at the village dock whenever you like.
I know, right? Goofy movie. So you ask, are the Mario and Luigi games canon? That's an unusual question. So yes, they are absolutely canon to each other. I actually have talked about the Mario timelines before. That is to say, the Mario continuities. Let's use more proper terminology. So Super Mario RPG connects to Paper Mario, connects to Paper Mario 2, loosely connects to Super Paper Mario. All those are kind of connected. The Mario and Luigi games are in their own separate thing, but each one does connect to each other. There's one kind of caveat to that, and that's the last one they made, which was the one that kind of sucks, and I haven't even finished playing it. What haven't I done? Oh, I know what I haven't done. Taking a drink. Yeah, Paper Jam. That's what I'm talking about. God, I just do not have depth perception in this game. Holy crap. Dream Team is, in my opinion, one of the best of the Mario and Luigi games. Although, of course, it's going up against some pretty thick competition, so shrug. Yeah, we don't talk about Sticker Star. You notice I didn't even mention that one. And there's a reason for that. Go to sleep, Gord. So I'm going to go ahead and admit something that's going to make me feel terrible, Mr. Ed. The Mario and Luigi game that I enjoy the least is the first one. You know, Superstar Saga. Partners in Time was nicely creepy and had some good elements to it. Bowser's Inside Story is the one that ties for my favorite alongside Dream Team. Yeah, I know, I guess that's fastest. I will also say that while Bowser is pretty much always good in the Mario RPGs, like all of them, I think he is best in Bowser's Inside Story, and not the least of which being the fact that we're finally seeing him when he's not actively fighting the plumbers. Like, he actually gets some really good scenes to himself in Inside Story. And we die. Oh, we didn't die. Holy crap. Wait, so you're saying IGN is incredibly inaccurate? I mean, IGN is crap. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to hold back on that opinion anymore. The reviews are crap, their guides are crap, their website is badly designed, and they're in love with the autoplay feature on their videos. Hey, IGN, you suck. Moving on. What? Okay. That's a thing that happened. God damn it. Where am I now? So, in case you missed what happened, I was trying to do that, right? But apparently, the game said, no, you're on the ground, so I did that. Which meant I went right off. Yes, IGN is crap. Too much water. Too much Roxas. And yeah, that was a fall damage thing. Let's try that again. There we go. 7. Go look at their Kingdom Hearts 2 review sometime, Goofy Movie. It's hilarious.
You found all the scout flies in this area.
Like, it's just funny. Oh god, please don't make me play those games, Lazarus. Please. I'll be your best friend if you don't make me play them. Yeah, too much water is a real complaint they've made. I think that was Wind Waker? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Yeah, I'll outsource them. Someone else can play the SMT series. And you can look at their list, their thing. Dragon Age games? I mean, Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 both connect to Inquisition. But that's it. I wouldn't say they're connected past those 2 points. So, no, I don't think they're particularly well connected. I will say, however, that Inquisition did actually do a good job of following through on both 2 and Origins. It's one of the things I like most about Inquisition, actually. Why don't I like SMT? Well,
because it's the worst gaming series in the history of the universe. Toxic.
Well, like it or not, Lazarus, Persona 5 Royal Edition is on the list to be played someday, so... Ooh. Something like a 2-week run. And no, I'm not looking forward to it. BioShock is on the list, too. Because you didn't look at the list, Lazarus. I don't blame you. It's 160 strong, or I think 150 at this point. It's a big one. Hey, we got his power going.
That windbag of a mayor that he owes us big time for connecting the village energy beam.
I will say this, Persona 5 is a very well-made game that I do not like. And I know it's not really SMT. That's as close as we've got on the list right now. SMT4 I actually despise. So let me try and explain what I don't like about the SMT series. I've only really played two, SMT4 and Nocturne. And, they were too weird for me. I think that's just really the best way to put that. They were like, hey, so ideas can turn people into demons. And I'm just sitting here like, okay. And also you can take the demons and turn them into, you know, stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, okay. I didn't get into it at all. And the best possible explanation I could give is that it was just too weird to me. Apparently this is not the way back. How do I get back? Yeah, they are trippy. That is a very good way to put that. And, yeah, so it's basically a mayonnaise situation. There is no map that I'm aware of. Lore does not have any imagination, no. Lore likes boring things. Like Star Wars. Or Battletech. Or whatever. But yeah, no, I've never been into weird. Ever since I was a kid. So... Ah. Oh, I can't wait to do a classic run of the spreadsheet. By the way, sorry, I didn't answer your question, Lazarus. So, if it's not obvious, we've kind of pulled back a lot on lore runs for two big reasons.
Check out that funky sculpture sitting out of rocks over there.
Reason number one is because lore runs take up an inordinately huge amount of time and effort, and therefore it should be a more rare activity. Why doesn't it do the double jump every now and again? Reason number two is we're running out of things to lore run. As strange as that may sound. So, the only lore run, there's actually two, but the only lore run that's currently on the books, which we'll be playing probably next month, is GTA 4. Why does it not do that? Is GTA 4 and its expansions, and then GTA 5. I could probably do a lore run of Mario and Luigi, but that's not in the books. Why can't I do... No, Lazarus. No. Absolutely not. Forbidden. Not happening. No. No. See, the problem is my double jump keeps not activating. It just did, but, you know. It's not really possible to do a Mega Man lore run, but several Mega Man games are on the list right now. The AU. By a mile, Gum Gum. Oh. So I've been... You were like, do a roll thing. And I was like, okay. So I've been doing that. Because I thought that's what that was.
Precursor oracle like the sage always goes on about. I hope they weren't as ugly in person.
Well, I've never played the Black Ops games, but I could try. I did do the Modern Warfares.
Who awakens the oracle? Wait. One of you has the light within.
Uh-huh.
From before time, I have watched and waited for the true hero to return.
It's him, not me.
Present to me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
Sure.
For your gift, another power cell is yours.
Probably shouldn't have done that. No, I never actually played the Armored Cores. No, thank you, Lazarus. If I could do a movie lore run, what's the first movie I'd choose? Zootopia. After that, the Back to the Future trilogy.
Hey! Let's go check out old Fish Brett's speedboat at the dock.
Not yet. I gotta go check out the mayor first. What about BFA? Sorry, I must have missed the question.
Oh, what a wonderful sight! I thank you. And the entire village will thank me. Boys, you have restored power to the village.
Birdemic,
and
Mr. Red.
guaranteed my re-election. And for that, my boy, you've earned a power cell.
As I say, if you say my thanks, I'm gonna smack you.
So, you want to make a contribution? Good. A sizable one, I hope. You! Yes! Oh, it is a sizable contribution. I just hope this power cell adequately represents my gratitude.
Good. You've collected enough power cells to fuel my heat shield. Meet me by the entrance to the fire canyon by climbing the cliff behind the farmer's house. Bring the power cells, and hurry! My father says he's seen more lurkers around.
Better in every way, Shikor. And I'm not actually joking about that. These characters are literally better than Starlink's characters, and that is really sad. Are the Witcher games connected to each other? Not really, no. Not in any substantial or significant way. I like the basketball dunk animation. So we haven't talked to this guy yet.
Gotta milk those yak cows. Gotta milk those yak cows. Oh, it's you. Oh, just resting my tired bones. I've been trying to get those ornery yak cows back into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man and try to get them back into the corral?
Thank goodness for that, Gum Gum. I know. I'm probably the only person who thinks that. Nope, nope, turn, turn. Get in there. Stay in there. Stay in there. See you around, Lazarus. Hope to see you in the future.
The cops for the drummer again.
No SMT. Isn't this how you herd cows? Punk. Punk. Get over there. Scorpion's more socially conscious brother. the other one go? Oh, there it is. Get over there. Womp, womp, womp. You know what's funny? I was like, oh man, I can't wait to play like Ori and the Blind Forest, Starlink, you know, it'll be and Greedfall. They'll be great games. Just good games, back to back to back. Don't mistake me, Ori and the Blind Forest was a good game, but a lot more irritating than I thought it was going to be. And then we had Starlink and Greedfall. Which brings me to my point. Guys, we might finally be back to playing great games. What's next on the list after this one? Can someone look really quick? I know it's another console game. Go! Go! I like my meat nice and tender. Hi. Not evil.
That lazy farmer owes us a power cell. Let's go talk to him.
I really hope Luigi's Mansion 3 is actually good. It would not be the... okay, Greedfall I was looking forward to and then it sucked. Starlink I was looking forward to and then it sucked. You remember Mario Tennis Aces, which I was looking forward to and then it sucked.
Ah, well done, my boy. You actually got those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
You mean portrayed, not betrayed, Gum Gum? Because let's be real, PETA is a horrible organization. I actually will not hold back on that one at all. No joking, no memeing. Screw PETA. Like, look up how many animals PETA has killed sometime. Seriously. It's a large number. Okay, so I don't know what's changed that we can do over here now. But I was told I could do new stuff over here. Hi.
Let's use the cannon to blow things up.
Yeah, what Codex said is actually a truth. Ridiculous. Anyways, PETA bashing aside. Let's see, what can I blow up? Oh, I can't aim at the town. So where's that bird? See if we can get that bird. Shoot.
Get some! Get some!
Wow. I almost hit that bird dead on. See you around, Lazarus. For real. Hey, Fuzzy Duck. Kill me, Fuzzy Duck! I mean, everything's been fine. Life is happy and joyous. I would agree with that, Pika. Looks like that's everything. We could try the windmill. I'm not sure I can even reach the windmill. I'm gonna give up. How do I get out of this thing? There we go. No. And then I die. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're based on politicians, Gum Gum. That's really the point. I mean, we could turn it into a pseudo-lore run, Mr. Red, I guess. At that point, it wouldn't really be a lore run, though, so I'm just going to go ahead and say no. We'll do a classic run of it, sure, but lore run? Nah. We'll just talk about the story as we play through it. Yeah, now I need to figure out how to get out there. I've got this. Whoop, I do not have this. I am terrible and awful. I'm just going to go ahead and say no, Alex. Well, there is certainly some continuity and some story. There's really not enough meat on the bones. Like, I can't do a Metroid lore run. I sure as hell can't do a Sonic one, you know? That was the last thing on my to-do list here. When we play through the Metroids, we will be doing a pseudo-lore run, but there's a reason we're calling it pseudo. Oh yeah, good point. Let me just hit start 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Hello? There we go. God. Alright, so I'm not missing... I'm missing many orbs somewhere. And 2 of those dudes. God, that would be months, Blue Wolf Alex. I do. Sadly, Goofy movie. No, I did not. Especially since it's... I I don't care what they did for the story, basically. I'm sorry, I've never heard of that game, Gum Gum. What are you talking about? Towards the ocean part. Oh, whip. He still hits me. You jackass. You try to get me killed, Loke. Admit it. Ah. But yeah, I mean, Metroid Hunters was okay. You know, I've certainly played worse. I've played worse Metroid games. But I really didn't like what they did with the story in Hunters. So we're going to another galaxy to fight a Mega Death Doom, who is threatening to invade our galaxy and all other galaxies. And then we defeat him and go back to our galaxy. And also vague connections to the Prime series, but not really. Like, that's Hunter's story in a nutshell. Sorry for spoiling. Actually, I've been thinking about it. I wouldn't be opposed to putting Other M on a review list, because I haven't played it since I first played it, so, you know, opinions change, blah, blah, blah. But then again, according to the survey, the type of game you guys are least interested in is, you know, bad game that nobody likes, so... I remember two things most strongly about Other M. One is the treatment of Samus as a character, which I probably don't even have to bring up. And the other was how awkward it was to switch between first-person mode and pseudo-3D mode. Not Mr. Red. Everyone... Survey says people are not interested in those kind of streams. But yeah, those are the two things I really remember from Other M. Now, if you want to pay money for that, sure, but you can't do it right now anyways because the list is locked. But again, I haven't played it since the first time around, so... In fact, I'm not sure I even killed Fantoon, now that I think on it. In part, yes, Gum Gum. I might be able to hit this one more time. There we go. It's okay, they don't super sexualize Samus, so I'm okay with it. I'm just memeing. What's funny is I know a lot of people who say Other M sucks because they gave Samus a voice. Why? I don't agree with that in even the tiniest bit. Samus works as a silent protagonist, but that's mostly because Metroid, in general, usually does non-dialogue storytelling pretty well. But there's nothing wrong with Samus speaking and actually having lines of dialogue along with another character. That's fine. I'm down. I also point out Metroid Fusion, if I have to. Well, I agree, Trayfin, but again, one of the most common complaints I heard was not the fact that, you know, what they did with the character, but the fact that she was voiced at all. Like, one of the exact complaints was, it would be like Mario suddenly having a voice acting, and it's like... I don't know, Pika. Is it on the list? There's only one way to know. Okay, so what am I missing? I am missing 15 eggs somewhere. Yeah, I wasn't even going to bring up the Charles Martinet thing, but you get my point. I see. Even ignoring the obvious flaw in that argument, I still disagree with it. They decided to give Mario a voice actor. As long as it was good, sure, I'm down. And yeah, I know, Blow Up Alex. Although most of her speaking lines were in Prime 3, I want to say? Memory serves. I mean, I don't really have a plan in mind here, Alex. I have no idea how long this game is, or anything about it, really, whatsoever. We are not 100%ing. We're not 125%ing either. That's right, there was. You're right, Superman. Damn it. Freaking dogs. Dogs must die. And now they're dead. As they should be. Except for Oscar. Oscar's amazing. But that's only because he's a good dog. All good dogs must live. I'm still missing 5 somewhere. Where am I missing 5? I've heard a lot of people complain about the Breath of the Wild voice acting. And no matter how many times I hear it, I don't get it. Like, I don't want to dismiss people's opinions, I've never had issues with it. Under the waterfall? I bet you money there's people in chat right now who will tell you how much they didn't like the voice acting of Breath of the Wild. And again, I'm not calling anyone out, but I hear that complaint constantly whenever Breath of the Wild comes up. Ah. I probably would not have gotten this one, I'll be honest. 3, 4, 5! I would agree with that completely, Leander. I do think the story that is in Breath of the Wild is actually good. It is, for once, Zelda's story. In many ways, like the main plot. And it does show, you know, her upbringing and the trials she had to deal with and the frustration and the doubt and having to man up basically at the last second when no one else was there because everyone else had failed miserably and coming up with this last-ditch desperate plan to try and snatch victory from what was effectively annihilation and then being forced to just kind of endure that. Like, yeah, no, that's good stuff in my opinion. It's just, it's all over the frickin' place. And mostly in cutscenes that are optional. That you have to seek out.
Hurry up with those power cells. I'm waiting at the head of Fire Canyon, at the top of the cliff behind the farmer's house.
I hope so too, Superman Prime. So what we got here? We're missing 2 eggs. 2! Where am I missing 2 eggs here? Oh, they're on the way to the zoomer. Okay, okay. I was gonna say, damn it, game. Now I don't remember how to get there. I think it's this way. Dynasty Warriors. There's some fun stuff. Sometimes. Although, and I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I still think Sengoku Basara 3 is the best Dynasty Warrior games ever played. Jarging for Jack? What? Oh, no, Gum Gum. Yeah, let's go to Death Doom Island first. I gotta be honest, I wasn't paying attention to Roshiko. I tuned her out. It's on me, I'll admit it. That is correct, Fuzzy Duck. So, for those of you not aware about the FF7R plans, a lot of people voted, and I mean a lot. And you know what the poll was? Exactly split. Down to the exact vote, it was split. So, I talked to my friends, Gary and Pax, and said, vote. You guys get to decide. And they both voted for delaying a week, so that's why we're delaying a week. Is that or flip a coin? Also, I'll give you that, Blue Elf Alex. Hyrule Warriors was astonishingly fun. I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. It's also the game that forced me to finally start saying Midna, because they pronounce it in that game. Like, once. Yeah, sorry guys, nobody's votes counted for that one.
Gives me the creeps. And trust me, it's a whole new experience when you're covered in fuzz.
Actually, we're going to cut off pretty soon. I just figured I'd grab a few things before we do so. I mean, I'm actually down for the concept of voting. In fact, I would go so far as to say that I actually believe in the concept of voting. There's just issues with that. Oh, not for another year at least, Pika. We're nowhere near that.
Don't fall into the mist below us, because I don't think we'll make it back.
Yeah, it'll be fine. See, we're fine.
Jump, then dive onto the teeter-totter. Hey! I see the sculptor's muse!
She's pretty cute, but I'm not sure why she'd be a muse.
Knock over those bones!
Okay. If I must. I gotta be honest, I would not have thought to do that if you hadn't said that, so thanks for telling me that, buddy. Hey, Anti-Sniper. What's up? Yep, no, I was actually expecting that and everything. Let's see how much we have to redo here. Oh, the bone's still knocked over. Wow! Perfectly miss all the platforms to plummet to my death. That takes effort right there. Only a truly skilled gamer could accomplish that. Hang on, I feel like I have to kill Catabo now. And now I must kill Sierra Mike as well. Yes, good. Good, good. At long last, I have an excuse to kill Sierra Mike. I've been waiting for so long. God, game? Okay, fine. Oh, God damn it, if that guy hadn't been there, I would have made that. Oh. Frickety frackety. No to both. Control, Alt, fail. There's not really that much to talk about in Resident Evil. And there's arguably a bit less in Tomb Raider. Not that Tomb Raider doesn't have lore, it's just, you know, not a lot there. So I think I've decided why I don't like the double jump in this game. It, near as I can tell, you don't just have a second jump in the air. You have to double jump after a certain period of time after you've jumped, otherwise you lose the second jump. And I keep acting like it's a double jump, as in you get a second jump in the air, which it apparently is not. So I need to adjust my mentality on that. I can barely tell where I'm going here. Ah!
We need Blue Rico to charge this platform up.
Totally had that. Ah, Pika. You tell me in about 2 weeks. Well, I hope you enjoy it for what it is, Fuzzy Duck, because it was alright. You know, it had its good moments. Come on, game. There's also this really weird... I know this sounds like a weird thing to complain about, but I have almost no control in the air over my jump. Which I'm also still getting used to. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Let's try again. We can do this. Jump down here, or not. That's cool. We will not jump down there. I was going to jump down there, but I decided, you know what? No, that's just stupid. That's just stupid. Let's do this instead. True enough, blow off Alex. Commit platformers are kind of rare, and for good reason. Because commit platformers can go to hell. For those of you not aware, a commit platformer is when you jump, the end. All control is removed from the player the moment you jump. You are committed.
Say goodnight, Jack.
Listen, I enjoy Castlevania games plenty, but commit platforming can go to hell. Yeah, like there I tried to do a later second jump to try and, you know, elongate my jump, and instead I just fell. Yeah, I'd complain about the health, but dying is actually such a slap on the wrist, it kind of works for it. It almost makes me wonder why the health is there at all.
Get the red eco!
What's red eco do?
Red That eco makes your attack stronger.
Oh, well, thanks for telling me that. Good to know. Hello. There we go. Open up.
Watch your back! We remember what happened the last time we were here.
Dun, dun, dun. Wah, 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 wah.
Ambush!
And we're dead. Good time to chop off for lunch.
Better you than me.